you can do something you actually care about, right? You can do something you actually care about if you get into the outdoor industry. I know a lot of people, and I'm not like trying to criticize how other people live, but there are a lot of people that do something for a paycheck, and that's the end all be all to support their life. When in these industries, I really feel like we're in it because we're doing it like it's something we care about.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode on the Saga channel. Trying something a little bit different today. An interview with a former scuba professional who managed to lean on their professional scuba skills and turn them into a new outdoors profession. Thought that might be interesting. Let's do it.
I'm a simple man, don't want a complication. I'm a simple man, don't want a complication.
So guys, next to me is the camera on?
Wait.
So next to me, guys, a personal friend of mine, Sean MacCarthy. And Sean, dive master, rafting guide, social media marketeer.
Yeah, for sure.
Did I just ruin your introduction by doing it for you?
Those are three really things that I'm proud of doing. So yeah, no, you nailed it.
Okay, Sean, so you were a dive master. We worked together. Actually, I mean, you are once a dive master, always a dive master, I guess.
I still pay the yearly dues, so
there we go.
Yeah.
But the one thing that I guess that could be interesting for our viewers anyway is like coming out of scuba diving and going into or like branching into different activities. Do you feel like you like cornered yourself by becoming a scuba diver, or has it actually helped you?
I think scuba diving is a pretty good opener. Like, it opens up a lot of doors in just the outdoor industry in general. I had this type of work even before I got into diving, but like there's still a lot of crossover between the two. From small things like, or not small, like risk management. I mean, that's of paramount importance in everything with being a scuba professional, and then being a river guide. And then, you know, just showing people a good time, sharing your passion with people, you know, sharing the things that make you excited, doing what you love. I mean, there's a lot of parallels between the two.
Do you see yourself going back into scuba diving, or is that chapter like closed?
I like where I'm at. I really do. But I probably couldn't be a river guide for the rest of my life. I think my back would fall apart. So the cool thing about diving is you can always go back to it. It doesn't matter, like, it's just something you can always go back to. I've definitely thought about getting back into it, and it's certainly a good way to stay adventurous at an older age. I mean, it's a healthy way to stay adventurous for sure.
Because I think that maybe some of our viewers are like people who are looking into going into maybe becoming a scuba professional. Like, one of the arguments is often that it's maybe like a dead end, or that, you know, it's unlike getting a bachelor's degree in whatever. Becoming a scuba diver is kind of okay. Now, like, once you're there, where do you go from there? Do you feel like that's true, or like, is there a way that people can kind of mitigate that risk?
I mean, I think with everything in life, it's what you make of it, right? So like, doesn't matter if you're like, scuba diving helps, but like, it's really what you make of it. If you want to become a scuba professional and like be successful, you have to be passionate about it. And if you want to take that scuba diving career and turn it into a career, you have to be passionate about it. And if you want to take it somewhere else and you want to make a living that way too, you got to be passionate about it.
So what is, I mean, you mentioned risk management, of course. Is that, like, what would you say is the biggest takeaway, like, skill or attitude wise or whatever, or knowledge wise, that you took from scuba diving or from your scuba diving profession that you brought to your river guiding profession?
Definitely a lot of crossover between the two. So I feel like just like, I mean, there's a lot of attention to detail with diving, like, you know, checking your gear before every time you go out. There's not as much of that in this industry, but like I know it's like a really great importance in diving. So like I think that was one of my bigger takeaways from that, is just like always paying attention to even small things, because you're on a life support system down there. So you if that goes poorly, if something goes wrong, you're in trouble. Like diving, guiding, you know, it's all, you are taking people out into potentially hazardous environments, and the parallel, strong parallel between the two is, yeah, it's fun, but like safety is always the first priority. It's fun, but it's got to be serious too. You got to actually have safety as the number one priority in anything you're doing, diving, guiding, otherwise.
Now, also in both companies that you worked for, both in the Scuba in College of Diving and here in Three Rivers Whitewater Rafting in Maine, in both jobs, you were both a guide, you know, be it a dive guide or a rafting guide, but also the marketing director.
Yep.
Yeah. So like, how do you combine? Because that's like combining an office job, I guess, still with an adventure job. Like how does that all stack up for you? Like, what is that important? Did that just happen, or was that something that you actively pursued?
I think to have the mind of a marketer is unique, right? I think that's why we get along so well. It's because we can sit out here with a couple think drinks and talk about, you know, what we're trying to do to grow our respective businesses, grow our respective industries. And for me, it all just stems from, you know, I love being able to sell something that I love. I used to be an office supply salesman. That sucked. That was terrible. I didn't have no love for that. But river guiding, or, you know, working on the river, working on the ocean with scuba diving, I mean, those are two things that I am passionate about, and I can put a lot of extra time and energy into selling, because I want more people to experience that. I want more people to go rafting, because I actually think it is healthy for them to be outside and to have that adventurous experience. I want more people to scuba dive, because I think it teaches people good things. It's good for the body, it's good for the mind, and it's good for exploring. You know, how many scuba divers, how many people have gotten scuba certified and then gone on to actually end up caring more about the environment? Like, these are things that I thought about when I was trying to sell scuba diving. Like, that was a big part of it. Like, it actually breeds better human beings, the people that get out there and do.
And is that the same with rafting?
Both are valuable to people, right? So scuba diving is really valuable to people for basically what I just said, is that it can really open people's eyes to, you know, some of the problems we're having with the ocean, you know, plastic pollution, all that stuff. Diving can really introduce people to that. Rafting, to me, is just as, if not even more valuable, and getting more valuable by the day, because it is taking people out of their phones. See a lot of people just sucked in their phones. It's sad to see, and we're all guilty of it. But, you know, when you're out on a river trip, could be a one-day river trip, could be a multi-day river trip, you have people living like we used to. Just no distractions, enjoying the scenery around them, enjoying the experience, breathing in that wicked fresh air. Like, it's valuable to people, and I want more people to experience that for that reason.
Yeah, I think I would agree. Yeah. So as somebody who's worked in, you know, the outdoors industry for like a pretty substantial part of their life,
yeah,
do you have a final advice to people who are thinking about, you know, going into the like recreational outdoors professions, and who are hearing from a lot of people that it's not really a viable career choice? It's, you know, it seems a little bit like a weird choice, perhaps, sure, right? Like not a solid career move. Do you have any advice for those people?
You know who Andrew Yang is, the presidential candidate? The UBI thing, and, like, you know, truckers getting their jobs taken by robots. No robot's gonna learn how to guide a raft. No robot's gonna learn how to teach people how to scuba dive. This is a pretty viable industry to me, and I don't plan on leaving anytime soon. I mean, I'm kind of joking with the whole, like, you know, something like automation's gonna get away, like penetrate these industries, right? But in just a more general sense, is like, you can do something you actually care about, right? You can do something you actually care about if you get into the outdoor industry. I know a lot of people, and I'm not like trying to criticize how other people live, but there are a lot of people that do something for a paycheck, and that's the end all be all to support their life. When in these industries, I really feel like we're in it because we're doing it like it's something we care about, and I don't know if it gets any better than that. I feel, you know, despite what my bank account says, I feel pretty rich with what I'm doing because I like it. I really enjoy it every second I spend out on the river. No bad days on the river. No such thing.
I feel like that's the perfect quote to end maybe our talk. So
Yeah.
Sean, thank you so much.
Thank you,
also,
Nick.
thank you for the tour today. It was really epic. And also a special shout out maybe to Three Rivers Whitewater Rafting here in Maine. You should really check them out, not just because they're personal friends of mine, but because they are number one in the state of Maine.
Number one outfitter, yeah.
Number one outfitter in the state of Maine. And I mean, not before long, probably number one in the United States.
The plan is for world domination. Yeah, we'll be getting there.
So yeah, definitely look those up, guys. Thank you for watching as always. If you like this type of content, definitely subscribe and maybe leave a like also. That really helps the channel too. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.